I'm on the draw in this one, and I have Serum Visions and Sleight of Hand. And if I can hit a red, I have a pretty nice hand. I'm going to keep this one. On the draw and with 2 blue draw spells, I'm very likely to hit some lands and proceed as normal. My opponent playing black-white. Here, because I need to hit a land, I'm going to cast Serum Visions because it gives me more digging power. I'm going to put Condescend on the bottom, and I'm going to actually keep that Teleria West as a land. So I can cast I can cast Sleight of Hand and then probably play Teleria West as a land. And then even if Sleight of Hand misses, I still hit a land drop. He plays Pentad Prism. He might be playing combo. There's certainly no way I can interact with him right now, so I think Cascade Bluffs is better here. I don't see any reason to cast Bolt this turn. And going forward, the Bluffs should just be better. So I'll take that. I'll play Teleria West. Pass, so things are looking fine now. It's going to obviously be unfortunate if he can do something here to win. But if not, I'll have Izzet Charm and Condescend. And then 2 Electrolyzes to start digging. So as long as he doesn't have a Simian Spirit Guide and Ad Nauseam and Angel's Grace, I'll win. Or I should say I'm not dead. He just has Unlife. And I hit Possibility Storm, which is pretty cool. So now he just needs to resolve Ad Nauseam. So seeing as I do have the counter spells for him, I think I really shouldn't electrolyze yet. Maybe I should. I believe Lightning Storm is an instant. I need to look to make sure. So I think you can go off at any time. Which means I need to respect his Ad Nauseam. Yeah, it is an instant. I can't just get crazy here. So I'm just going to bolt him. To make sure I don't discard. And I'll untap. Go from here. Unfortunately, don't hit a land, but I'll just pass it back. And if he hits another land, I'll have no way to stop the Ad Nauseam, and of course I need to just electrolyze him. Looks like he's going for it. So I'm just going to Condescend it rather than Izzet Charm. Because I really want to scry here. Two Teleria West. Well, I guess I actually keep them both. So he has another one, which seemed obvious the way he played it. And here he'll draw his deck. I'll get to check it out. It looks like he has a cool version with Death's Shadow in it and Spoils of the Vaults. Very cool. He does proceed to draw his deck. Rite of Consumption, one of my favorites. He has a cool combo with Rite of Consumption and Death Shadow. He also has a Fling. Another Rite of Consumption. Wow. So he draws his deck, and he'll be going for the Lightning Storm. And it looks like he has 3 Spirit Guides, along with the Lightning Storm to kill me. He should have enough lands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. More than enough lands to kill me. But we'll have him go through the motions. No, he just plays Death Shadow and he'll fling it at me. That's cool. So, my funky combo deck lost to another funky combo deck. That's interesting. So, I'll bring in Counterflux here. And I'll bring in Pact. And I'll bring in Negates. And I'll bring in Compulsive Research. Probably. And I can actually cut Gigadrouse here because it doesn't really do anything. He doesn't have interaction. It doesn't really stop his instant combo. And I'm going to cut Bolts because I'm not going to win that way. And I can cut an Electrolyze for Tectonic Edge just because I think it's better. And I'll go with this with 1 Electrolyze just to cycle and really not much else. It's better than the alternatives. I could go with 1 Gigadrouse. I can play Threads to mess with his Twisted Images. Or his Death Shadows, I mean. And Twisted Image doesn't do anything. So yeah, I'll run this. He probably doesn't have a great idea of what I'm playing. If he was savvy and he saw Teleria West for what it was, he knows what I'm playing. But he could think I'm playing like the Hive Mind deck or something. All right, this hand looks good. I'll lead with an untapped Steam Vents and a Sleight of Hand. Yeah, I think the Sleight of Hand's better here than Serum. Here, oh, this is interesting because Repeal actually is decent. But I kind of want the land. I'm going to take the Repeal because it's unique. And I'll put faith in my draw steps and the Seer Visions to find me some lands. He doesn't have Lotus Bloom. I could leave up Negate. I think that's the best play. And Condescend. It'd be nice to counter Penthead Prism here. And that's what I'll do. He could use Simian Spirit Guide. He does that. And I'll bottom the Charm and take the Storm. So that nets him 1 mana. It's not terrible. It's definitely not worth me negating. I'm going to sack my Tarn here. And then I'm going to use Serum Visions. I'll keep the Tech Edge. I could have also simply repealed the Penthead Prism, which is more mana efficient. That would have been a nice play, actually. Unlife, I'll negate that. I suppose this way I play around him playing Unlife on turn 3. So that makes sense. I guess he could punish me for tapping out a little bit. So this actually worked out. I'm going to take the repeal line here. I'll play the land first, and I'll repeal the Prism to buy some time and make my Condescend a little bit more effective, potentially. He'll probably just replay it and pass, but we'll see. He might play a Phyrexian Unlife and try that again. He might be trying to use this mana. Maybe he'll cast Spoil to the Vault. So that resolves. I draw Izzet Charm. If I can hit a land, I can play it and then Teleria West and leave up Izzet Charm, which would be pretty good. And I'll do that. And if I can stave off death for a turn, I should be able to just combo him and win. So if he plays a land, he has enough mana for Grace ad nauseam. But I do have Izzet Charm. He does nothing. And I'm just going to move in. He could play Silence on me. But probably Possibility Storm messes his combo up so bad that it could beat him by itself. He has Pact of Negation, so he absolutely blows me out. So I'll pass it back, and I guess he'll pay with Penthead Prism. I'm not in a terrible spot, but there's really no way for me to deal with that Pact anyways. Charm and Condescend certainly aren't. I suppose this is fine. Could try to get aggressive. I don't see that getting there, so I'll just pass. I played the land there. May have been better to keep it for Izzet Charm discarding. I'll certainly Tech Edge him now. He casts Duress, which is insane. I'll condescend that. For 4. I could do 5, but then I wouldn't have Visit Charm. Now he can Spirit Guide it. Put both of those on the bottom. And he casts Spoils of the Vault. I'm not going to stop that. He might even kill himself. Or put himself so low that Memnite will do the job. He's still waiting to name. So even though I didn't see blue, it makes sense he has Pact because of the way his deck plays out with Angel's Grace. So he named Unlife, he found it. But he went down to 5 and Death's Shadow, that's huge. Wow. Alright, so the Memnite plan is not getting there. It's time for Is It Charm to dig. Well, we got there. Cast Emmercruel. And that should do it for this guy. He's going to lose all his permanents. He could stay alive with Angel's Grace, but it's not going to get him anywhere. Awesome. And he concedes. So into the next game. Gigadrouse doesn't have any value. And I suppose Threads does. Especially with the way it looks like he's playing the game. I could cut 1 Electrolyze for 1 Threads and just run that. And see if that works out for me. I'm going to try that. No, that... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's alright. There is some... It's a little weak if I draw it, but it could actually do some work against him. Because I can't deal with that thing otherwise. I almost want to. I could cut a Condescend on the draw. It seemed pretty bad. That might have been submitted. I don't think it made it through. I don't think I have both Threads. All right. Well, this is a keeper. It's got the perfect start of lands and draw and disruption, and this is it. So he starts off with a Scryland to the top. I'll just dig up an island. I know what I want, so I'll just use Serum Visions here. I certainly want the Storm. And I don't think I want the Charm. I'm going to bottom that. I have one Charm. It loses a lot of value. So I'll just play Sulfur and pass here, hopefully negating his Unlife. Hopefully I don't get duressed. Awesome, he just plays Unlife. Oh, he plays a Prism. Oh, well, that's going to resolve. At this point, Is It Charm is just digging. Not quite yet, though, because I have plenty of digging already. I'll use Sleight of Hand, take Teleria West. I'll put Steam Vents and play untapped and pass it back. I'm doing Steam Vents just because I could use it as a charm. No Is It Charm. It has some value now because I can double counter spell. Here I like playing Tectonic Edge. If he misses his land drop, I'll probably just kill his land. He does. And since I have a ton of land, I'm just going to get rid of his Sacred Foundry. The Urborg doesn't have any special relevance here. And black's not an issue, so I'll get rid of his red. Here I can do Lighthouse or Charm. I think it's more likely that I'm going to use Lighthouse than casting 2 Charm. So I'll play the Lighthouse, and I'll use it end of turn to discard probably that Charm or Sleight of Hand. All right. Nothing from him. So he could Angel's Grace had Nauseam at instant speed and win. I just realized. So I'm actually going to wait. That seems a little dangerous. I'm going to cast Bluffs, play Bluffs, and then Sleight of Hand here. And I'm going to take the Slight, not the Storm. Though this does walk into Duress. That might have been bad, because this walks into Duress pretty badly. My logic was that right now I'm going to try to find the Pactum negation with Teleria West. Oh, yeah, and he actually thought seizes me. I'll negate that. I suppose it's a wash. If I would have kept the Storm, he could just take my negate. All right. I'll use Slight here. I'll take negate. And I don't think I should play Teleria West. So I'll just pass it back. And I'm going to be looking to use Is It Charm now to start digging, discarding Emrakul. All right. Is It Charm? I'll discard Emrakul. And I'm actually going to discard this other charm. And now I can... I could tutor up that pact. I'm going to cast Serum Visions. I'm going to keep both of these lands. And I'm just going to pass it back. Next turn, go up to 6 lands for 3 counterspells. Then up to 7. Transmute for a pact, stay at 3. Transmute for Memnite, stay at 3 counterspells, and then cast Possibility Storm with the pact back up. So he goes for something. He just wanted to take a damage. That's kind of cool. So I'm not going to Lighthouse here again. I don't want to lose to combo plus pact. I would have lost that earlier. Spoils of the Vault. That's going to resolve. I can simply negate that. Looks like he named Thoughtseize and hit it very quickly. Oh, he scryed it to the top. What a master. Alright, and I'll actually use the black on that. No, that's wrong. That's certainly wrong. I'll use the Lighthouse. I'll get packed and pass it. Phyrexian Arena, that definitely resolves. That's really cool. Alright, well I can cast it here. But I don't have the Memnite, so I'm going to wait 1 turn. And I should definitely transmute now. Alright. He's going to use Slag Heap. So he can start making a lot of mana. It's not going to be relevant this game, because I'm going to try to go off before he ever starts amassing counters. Alright, he doesn't put up a fight, so here we go. He casts Angel's Grace. Well, it's with split second. There's nothing I can do. I'm just going to let that resolve. He's going to cast Ad Nauseam. I'll remand that. So I actually lose to the Pact still. So even after all that navigation, the way I played it, I still lost to the Pact. So I clearly should have just waited with that Remand in my hand. I got too greedy. But it worked out for me. Hit him a Cruel with 10 cards left. Pay for Pact. And he scoops it up. So thanks for watching. Check back for the finals of the same.